right, welcome to City Boys Up EP.7. We are post-fight UFC 297 for Serhiy's UFC debut. As you can probably tell from his eyes. So yeah, what was the experience like?
Crazy experience, man. You guys felt that energy. That was everything. Everything I imagined, everything I visualized, and more. Yeah, the walkout was crazy. The fight itself was a crazy fight. I know we'll break it down, but it's a crazy experience. At the end of the day, didn't get the official win, but I still feel like I won, which is that's a weird way of thinking about it too, because I've never had that before. But yeah.
It's so weird, man, because the energy after feels like it was a win. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know who I told this to, but I felt more satisfied after that fight than I did with the win of Contender Series.
Yeah.
Just knowing that there was no doubt in my mind, even before I rewatched it, that I won that fight. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, oh my god, I won this fight. Or even on the Contender Series, it was great. I got that stuff, but there was all this what if unknown, right? Was an early stoppage, was whatever it was, but that kind of irked me a little. But this one was just oh dude, I left everything on the line there.
Yeah.
And, again, out of all the messages I got, bro, I think maybe one or two of Ramon's fans messaged me saying I lost. But other than that, it was all everybody was yo, you won this fight, which is sucks that it's on my record now, but it does bring in a cool trilogy, and the UFC was super happy with the performance. And
I mean, I think it was the only fight of the night that was actually exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all shocked that you didn't get that fight of the night. We were watching the rest of the card, and it's just how loud it was in that arena. Yeah. Just huge. It was crazy when you walked out, and then let alone when you walked out, but when the fight was going on. Yeah. It was that was the loudest I've ever heard in an arena. Especially
it was the prelims too, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It wasn't even fully filled out yet, but it was a wild energy that was going on during your fight. When they said it announced you out of Burlington, Ontario, people were losing their shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember walking out and staying behind the curtains. It's 10 seconds out, right? You don't see the curtains are closed, so you can't see anything. And they're counting down. And then you open the curtains, bro, and there's fans are going crazy. And then I would be walking, and I'd look up to see the crowd, and I'd get dizzy because I was there's so much people here. Right? I'd be okay, back to level eye level stuff, right? So I can kind of
it's not overwhelming.
It was it felt very, very natural for me.
Comfortable,
bro. Yeah. I enjoyed the whole walkout, singing along to the song, and just enjoying it, and high-fiving fans, and all that stuff, man. And it felt right, bro. Yeah. It felt right for sure.
That first walkout in the UFC compared to your last fight when you walked out, even prior to Contender, how explain the differences between fighting for BTC, walking out in Kingston versus or BFL versus your first UFC debut in front of everyone.
Yeah, it was just there's just a number of people, because I think it went from maybe 2,000 people at BTC max, right, to 20,000 people in the arena, and then the production, all that kind of stuff, right?
There's no in between the UFC and the lower level, right?
It's crazy.
You just jump to the highest level possible.
We talked about that with Paul all fight week. We were just but even not even just production wise and fight night wise, but fight week,
right?
Just it's you get promotions do nothing for you. Or that you go to the UFC and everything is taken care of.
Well, the amount of drinks they were giving you to rehydrate, that type of thing.
For
just
sure.
Little details like that. You think these promotions locally are going to do things like that? I mean, they can't money-wise, obviously, too, right? But
even I was booking massages every day.
Yeah.
The UFC is just hey, you want to go come to this room? We'll book you a massage. Boom, boom, boom. I go in there. He works on my scapula one day, works on my hips the next day.
Wow.
Food's taken care of, right? Water's taken care of. Protocol's taken care of. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, the one thing I thought was super interesting when I saw you after, I was you're a dog. Did you have to make a decision? And you were there's no decision to be made, right? Yeah. And I thought that was super interesting because I think people don't realize when things are going bad like that, and you got to dig deep. A lot of pain is coming towards you, even if. You're gonna have to kick somebody a million times. Kicking hurts. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to go a little bit dark, And anytime I've had to go dark, I had to make a decision. But for you to say, like, you didn't even have to make a decision was, like, wild to me.
Yeah.
Just absolutely crazy to me.
Dude, there was no thought. And, like, I was just, I don't know, my mindset was just, like, break this guy. And I think once they started to break him, especially, like, in the second round there, like, I was like, oh, like, there's no going back now. Like, whatever pain I'm going to feel, I'll just deal with this later.
Yeah.
Like, put that all to the side. But there was not one moment, man. Like, I still remember, like, in the third, like, walking into the third round where, like, Lyndon's like, hey, you're 1-1 right now. Like, you're potentially 1-1 or whatever it was. And he's just like, you got to, like, win this round. He's going to come in hot for, like, the first minute and then, like, just, like, be ready for that. And I just remember being, like just kind of, like, smirking a little bit and kind of just being like, oh, here we go, round 3. And it's, like, yeah, it was a cool feeling, man. And like I said to you guys before, I've never been tested like that in a fight before. And I always knew in my heart that I could be that dog and I can do that. But it was very nice to, like, actually go out there and prove it to myself, because, like, the level of confidence I have now, like, just knowing that, okay, I could fight like that, like, if, like, I obviously don't want wars like that all the time in my career, but the fact that I could do that, man, and, like, I can be hurt like that, and I can, like, it doesn't even faze me, man. Like, I'll go through it, and, like, and not only that is, like, I actually enjoyed it. Like, I had fun. Like, it was a blast. Like, I can't wait to fight again. You know what I mean? Which is, like, crazy. Yeah. Dude. It was a cool experience. But again, like, you lost the fight, but don't feel like a loser at all, which is a cool feeling.
I think people who rely on the dog, like, you're gonna have a short career. You're gonna have a lot of brain damage.
Yeah.
But, like, your skill level is already so high, and then if it gets to a point where you have to bring it out, then it's there, right?
100%.
Yeah, so you have quite a bit of confidence in that, I'm sure. Yeah.
And if there's ever a time to bring the dog out, like UFC debut, rematch, the headlines, the spotlight's on you, like, that is the time to do it. And,
for
like,
sure,
that they just, like, speaks volumes on it.
Yeah, it was cool. There was a bunch of, like, was it John? Was it McCarthy, the ref? Yeah. They talked about it, and then I saw Ariel in between the rounds. It was cool, and you're like, "What am I doing?" Okay, or like, Lyndon said something. You're like, "Okay, what am I doing? Okay, what do I have to do?" And it was just such, like, cut through the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just that's just, like, our relationship, right? Like, just trust what he says. I just got back there, just getting my face fixed. The funniest part about that, I was like, how's my nose? And he's like, your nose is fine. And then we looked at me, I was like, oh no, my nose is fine.
He just, like, brushed it off. He was like, it's fine. Okay, now what are we gonna do?
But the funniest part was, like, after the fight, he told me, he's like, bro, you sat down for round 2 and your nose was crooked, and then you sat down for round 3 and it was back to normal. I'm like, yo, this guy must have punched my nose back.
That's so funny.
I was like, thank God, right? Yeah. Dude, we've always had those conversations, man. And again, like, I just feel like I preach this mental stuff all the time. That's how I'm able to, like, sit there, like, in that moment and, like, be so calm. And when people like Ariel, like, wow, that's so impressive, like, for me that just seems normal.
Well, it is now.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't feel like I did anything special, but then you see other fighters react in those moments, and they're, like, freaking out, bro. And they don't know what they are, and, like, they can't breathe and stuff, and, like, for me, that was just super normal, man. Like,
well, those are the little mental details in fighting. Like, it's so much more than just physical, right?
Yeah, 100%, dude. It at that point, bro, like, cardio is one thing, man, but, like, there's just a point where, like, you're just, like, it's like a mentality thing almost, because, like, you just gotta keep pushing. And you know what the funniest part is? In the fight, I kept thinking, I need more volume, and then I rewatched the fight, I'm like, damn, that was a lot of volume. You know what I mean? Like, even when Dominic Cruz was saying that in the second round, but in my head I was like, I'm not doing enough, I gotta go more.
That pressure was crazy. That pressure was having a huge effect on him.
100%.
You could tell that was, like, one of the strongest parts of that fight was how much you were able to pressure.
He's a good boxer. Like, he's slipping 1, 2, 3 shots, but when you throw 6 or 7 at him, then, like, those last ones are starting to catch him.
For sure.
Especially those kicks at range.
For sure. Well, I saw it again. Like, I saw it in his eyes, man. Like, he just did not want to be there anymore, man. Like, I really did see it. And that's what I kept saying to myself. I'm just like, win the next 15 seconds. Win the next 15 seconds. Win the next 15 seconds. Like, just add it up, right?
Yeah.
Keep pushing through.
And we were kind of saying, we were surprised he came out on the back foot, because he's such a front foot guy, adding pressure. Even his the contender fight that he won after, that was, I mean, the guy who he was fighting also pushed forward, but he was more on the front foot.
Yeah, and that's, well, we had that conversation in the back room. We were like, okay, this is what we think is going to happen. Like, we think he's going to come out hard. And then we had this whole game plan set up from, like, you know, him stepping in and me, like, just reacting to that. Again, like, all this stuff that, like, again, we're going to probably keep because we're probably going to fight him again. But he came out the complete opposite way. But I remember me and Linda had a conversation. He's like, yo, if he comes out the other way, like, we'll just be ready. We'll make our adjustments.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a way to... There was a game plan for everything, right? And again, it's kind of crazy, like, looking back at it, like, he didn't land crazy amounts of shots on me, but when he landed pretty clean, right? Like, he the two ones that, like, stand out, or I guess the three moments that stand out was hit me with that nice body hook, the left hook to the body, that made me slip.
We thought you slipped live, but then when I watched it back, I'm like, oh, he did land a body shot first, but it didn't look like it hurt you.
No, it was a hard body shot, but I think it just, like my feet literally slipped off the ground with it, right? Like, it wasn't like a body shot's gonna, like, drop me like that, right? Just kind of, like, it was powerful, though. I think it moved my feet right off the ground. You
could tell because you got up right away and you were immediately back in his face. You know, when you hurt someone with a body shot, you can tell.
Yeah,
their legs are wobbly.
Yeah, but like you couldn't tell with you. It truly looked like it was a slip.
But that was a nasty shot, bro, because it's like I don't see that much, actually. Orthodoxy southpaw. Not many guys
slip body
were
hook
throwing that shot on me. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, be aware of that. You know what I mean? Because then he tried it a few more times with my elbows already down at that point. I made the adjustment. And the other two things he did well, right? And again, there's only really, when I look at it, it's like these three moments. It was that body shot that kind of, like, made me, like, you know, it looked like I kind of fell. So, okay, optics, right? Then it was at the end of the first round, he threw that kick into those two punches.
Yeah.
And that was a nice little rhythm break by him where he went, you know, barely throws kicks and he goes kicks to punch, which is like a weird rhythm break. And he hit me with the one hook on the orbital, and then the other one was all nose, and that's where my nose started leaking. Like, literally, if you watch the punch, it hits my glove and then hits my nose. And then in that in that second round, he hit that jab, double stepped on the jab, double stepped on the cross, and broke the rhythm with, like, getting in really, really close, right? Because I kind of had my range. But the two double steps in a row got in closer, and then he missed that left hand. That's probably the most significant. Out of all the shots, that was the most significant. But again, like, I hopped up right away, dude. Like, so my butt touched the ground, I was on a single leg right away.
Yeah, that round's so interesting scoring-wise, because it's like you kind of dominated the whole round with pressure and volume, octagon control, and he had that one moment. So it's like, I know how I judge it, but how do multiple different judges judge it? You know what I mean? That's the
thing with the judges, man. Like, who are these judges? Like, who are these judges? What kind of experience do these judges have, right? Like, what are they looking at? Do they see, like, do they see blood and are they like, oh, he's bleeding, he's losing? It's like, dude, like, if you rewatch, if you understand, that was one hook. A bloody nose is a bloody nose. It's gonna happen, man. Leaking, right? Like,
and in that round, you rocked him. He just didn't fall to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
The fence was kind of keeping him up.
Exactly. It was. There's a lot of times where he kind of, like, he did the curl, and then the fence kind of held him up for sure.
I think in a close round like that, it's easy for somebody to be like, well, you know, the optics were that, you know, there was blood everywhere and, you know, his nose broken. But, like, in reality, if you had dropped him or if you had hit him with a few more shots, you know, what's really the difference?
Right.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, we'll definitely have that trilogy fight eventually. I don't know when it's going to be.
It's looking cool. Like, I think he's going to do well, I think.
In the UFC. I think he will, too.
Like, he can get his discipline under control and figure out how to make weight. Or he's got to move up and, you know, maybe
that's the thing,
well
man.
45.
Like, that's the 100% thing, dude. I think that 5 pounds... Again, I'm not making excuses up, but that does play a factor. I could imagine me showing up 5 pounds heavier, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know how much that would, like, just, like, not dehydrating yourself as much, coming in the next day heavier.
You know the statistics on it, like the people who miss weight win like 75%.
I remember actually thinking about that and being like, okay, just throw that out. But, like, I remember thinking about that, bro. Yeah,
that
that's why Wonder Boy didn't
with
take
my head.
Yeah, because I remember that. That's why Wonder Boy didn't take that last fight, because he's like, every time I ever got in a fight with a guy who missed weight, I lost the fight. Yeah. That's why he didn't take that last fight again. I forget who it was against, but. It
was Pereira.
Right, exactly, right? So that's
it'd be different if they didn't just like, hey, give up 30% of your fight purse. Like, how about you cut those 3.5 pounds and see how your cardio is the next day, right? Like, if you're going to have that advantage, you should suffer for it in a different way than losing.
Bro, if there was no limit, you only have from 9 to 11.
I don't even care, just make weight.
Yeah. Just like, cut all day. Yeah. Cut till you have to, like,
I'm not saying you got to make it right now. Make it tonight. Make it tomorrow morning for all we care, right?
Yeah. Just keep cutting till you make weight.
Yeah, that's how it should be, man. Or they have to have stiffer rules, stiffer penalties for people that are doing that.
Dude, for sure.
Yeah, it sucks because then, like, sometimes guys won't take the fight, and then the UFC almost looks at it like.
Exactly. Yeah. And there was honestly not even when Lyndon called me and he was like, yo, he's 5 pounds over, or like 4.75 pounds over. There was not a moment where I was like, I'm not taking this fight.
No,
like,
we We know that.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah.
But like,
never had a doubt.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine being like, hey guys, by the way, I'm not taking this fight. Like, no way.
On your debut too.
On my
it's tough.
yeah, there was not even that wasn't a thought. I was like, nope, taking it. Just like try to get as much money as you can out of it. That's all I asked. I just try to get as much money as I can from this guy.
The fact that it was only 30, I thought it would be more for missing by that big of a.
I was like trying to get all of it, man.
Yeah.
Legit. Give me like all of it, seriously.
Did you have a conversation with your manager about that?
Yeah, but I guess it's Ontario Commission, right?
So they get the
they do a. It was an Ontario Commission.
That makes sense.
But yeah, dude, I'm excited for the third fight, and honestly, I don't think he is excited for the third fight. So it's a good thing.
Is that something that you'd want to pursue soon, or is that something down the road? You know, you both have a couple fights.
From the way like me and Linda talked about it, he's like, yo, like this guy, like we just talked about, he's legit, he's good, he's skilled. Let him get some wins, let you get some wins, fight some lower level guys, you know, like, and then like build that up, and then maybe when you guys are hitting the top 15, like make that fight happen again.
Also, like, if you're thinking in a promoter's mindset, why would they match you up again?
Right.
Like, if it
was a banger of a fight, that'd be the only thing you'd be like, well, we got a guaranteed crazy fight.
But dude, if they let it permeate,
100%, I agree.
Both you guys are gonna do well, and then all of a sudden, like, so many more people know about both of you. Your fan bases are massive. Then they like play that up in, you know, the promos, like showing the backstory and
100%.
all the video.
And then it'd be nice to make some more money fighting that, like having a war like that, right?
100%.
Like wait, yeah, exactly, man. Like wait till I fight out this contract, and then but
so what does like the return to training look like for you right now?
Well, honestly, bro, I'm gonna start, like, I took like the last week I just been doing like like a little air dying and like a little lifting and like just chilling, and then this week I'm gonna start doing pads again. I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu tech. I'm gonna come in and do all my grappling technique and stuff. Just won't go live. Get my nose. I think I need like at least 2-3 weeks more no contact for my nose. But I'm gonna be like pretty much these next 2 weeks, bro. Before, like, I booked a vacation with Sarah right to Mexico, so that's in 2 Mondays from now. So these next 2 weeks I'm gonna train like not like almost like train like, you know how like before we do camp, like we do a pre-camp kind of like, that's kind of how I'm gonna train, where like
build that engine back up,
take care of the body. You're probably gonna like sign up, do some yoga, like give my body some rest, drill, work skills and techniques. So obviously avoid sparring and going too hard, right? Like I'm gonna avoid hard wrestling and jiu-jitsu just so my nose doesn't get hit. But yeah, just like tomorrow I have pads with Gavin and I'm gonna lift, so like I'm gonna go back to the 2-a-days. Just miss the routines, bro. Even 1 week of like just not doing the routines sucks, dude. Right? Like getting that tattoo and then not being able to cold plunge in sauna for a week sucked. Like I was like, this sucks, dude. Like I need to sauna. Like I feel gross, right? Like,
me and Bobby did it yesterday for you.
Yeah, we did it for you. Don't worry, bud.
Can't believe you guys drunk sauna. That's crazy.
Just hammered.
Did it hurt more when
the cold plunge?
It kind of did.
I don't think so.
Really?
I thought it was easier.
Really? You guys had 3 minutes.
I feel like I'm too big for that fucking thing.
It's
to get all the way under was tough.
Yeah.
That's a great cold plunge, though.
It's a great cold plunge.
Man, that setup in your basement with the sauna and the cold plunge right side by side, like that's every athlete's dream.
I literally woke up today and I was like, turn on the sauna, drink some bone broth, and I'm like in and out, bro, just going back and forth. Read for the first little bit, then the next little bit, listen to podcasts. I was like, oh, this is sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I might be moving in. I'll just sleep in that room, though. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'll just sleep in the laundry room.
Sleeping bag,
The laundry room, yeah.
But it's perfect, man. And yeah, just getting back on those routines and still develop. Like I want to fight again, like May, June.
Yeah.
May or June, bro. June would be ideal. That would be like beginning of June would be ideal. Because when is the UFC 300 card? May, and
then McGregor's fighting on the 29th of June.
Oh.
And then there's International Fight Week. Will be there. There'll be that card and probably another card next weekend, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be
so
cool.
anywhere around that time, would be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah.
300, they're probably going to announce the main event soon. Who they announced recently? They did another one. Kayla Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at 35 against Holly Holm.
I don't know how that girl's going to hit 35.
Hasn't Holly Holm been fighting at 45 as well?
No. I mean, Kayla Harrison.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Apparently, supposedly, she did a test cut to 35 and was completely fine. But doesn't she fight at 55 normally? Yeah,
and you see a picture of her next to Poirier. They're like the same size.
That's crazy.
Women cut so much hard, like it's so much easier for them. Yeah.
Sure.
Be curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Be sick though if she can hit it.
Yeah. So I don't know what the main event. I'm thinking honestly, out of everything right now, I'm thinking they're gonna try to do Izzy versus
Duplessis.
Well, didn't he post something saying that he was back at training already?
Yeah.
So.
Izzy did?
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Nice.
That's a wild one, man.
That would be a wild fight.
He's like, I've been dreaming about this.
Yeah.
There's
He's
got
like,
a lot of like hype and drama behind it too, right? So it would be a good like UFC 300 card. UFC 299 is stacked too. That one looks almost more stacked
It's
than 300.
better, yeah.
and 298, man. These next couple cards are going to be
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
bonkers.
Yeah.
So who's 298? Is that like
Volkanovski versus
Topuria,
that's
yeah.
such a sick fight. And then who's on the main card there? Do you know?
I don't actually know them as many of the cards there, bro. But I'm so excited.
The one after is O'Malley. I think
Cheeto,
Poirier's on it.
Dude, but then they got a bunch of 35 bangers. We got like Peter Yan versus Song Yudong.
That's on the prelims.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
What else? And they have another good 35-pound fight. That was
At
really
298?
298.
298, yeah. So Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker, our co-main event. And then Jeff Neal and Ian Gary.
Oh,
That's going to be an interesting one. They've been hyping that one up for a while.
Wow.
Weren't they supposed to fight like 3 separate times?
Yeah.
yeah, and then all the stuff with the T-shirt with his mugshot.
And then Marab and Henry Cejudo.
Oh, that's 298.
Yeah, man.
Like those cards could be UFC 300.
All of those could be a main or co-main event.
Yeah.
All of those
Yeah,
fights.
those next 3 cards are actually gonna be stacked.
Yeah.
O'Malley versus Cheeto is gonna be sick.
That's going to be a good fight. Aljo going up to 45.
Oh,
Against,
that's a
Calvin
hard
Kattar.
fight,
Calvin
dude.
Cater's a hard fight.
That's a hard fight.
It's a
We're gonna know
rangy
in the
boxer.
first like 20 seconds of that fight of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I either think Aljo's gonna like get him, wrestle him,
Yeah.
or he's just gonna get pieced up on the feet, dude.
I think he's good.
But I feel like Aljo's also got that style where it's like, if it's let's say it's a 3 or 5 round fight, it doesn't really matter because at any point if Aljo gets his hands on you,
Yeah.
he can get to your back, strangle you like that. Versus
100%.
Cater could sit in your face and pick at you for.
I know, but he has such crisp boxing.
He does. No, I agree.
Oh yeah,
What's his takedown defense like?
I haven't seen him wrestle very much.
very much.
Like when's
at
the
all.
last time he fought a wrestler even?
He fought Josh Emmett, who's got decent wrestling, but they just swung.
They banged.
Yeah.
They went at it, but he
He's been like
he beat up Emmett. He made Emmett look
Yeah.
slow, which is crazy because Emmett's a
Yeah.
high level striker.
Yeah.
So that'll be a crazy fight.
Yeah, no, these next 3 cards will be stacked, man. I'm excited to watch them as a fan.
Yeah.
And eat some food, bro.
We'll just get super high and watch all of them.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
True.
Would you guys when you guys were at that box and stuff? How was like the viewpoint like for you guys? Like just like anxiety wise or like excitement wise?
Anxiety. Don't even talk to this anxiety.
Yeah.
Man. I lost years off my life.
Yeah. As a fan, it was probably sick to watch you fight, but we were fucking we were going nuts, man.
That was the most level of anxiety I've ever felt.
Yeah.
I don't even get that anxious when I fight
What?
at all.
course
Like
not.
I'm not even close.
It's always worse when your friends
Yeah.
are fighting.
But also, like, I don't know, man. Like when you fight, like I know, like you've been so dominant for so long that you haven't been challenged to that fact that after the first round, I was like, wow, this guy is a legit competitor.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a tough fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sweating
Yeah, I was.
I bet, man.
a lot,
I
just like
bet.
shaking and stuff. People were trying to talk to me. I was like, don't even come near me.
I know. Like, yo, everybody leave me alone. I'm gonna sit in this corner and we'll talk after the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was tough to be honest to watch, but it is what it is. The whole night, like at least your fight was like crazy exciting, but I think all the Canadians won except for the girls, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
was it,
sorry, except for those, yeah.
Yeah, I lost except for the
Yeah.
girls, and then
Jazz put on a hell of a.
oh, yeah,
Bro, I
Jazz
watched it in
looked
the back,
great.
bro.
That was
Jazz looked great.
Oh
that was
my
one of
God.
that was an absolute mauling.
Oh
Like
my
you don't
God.
see
And that
damage
girl's
like
10
that.
pounds overweight.
10 pounds.
And you know what? I think Jazz didn't get 30% because she agreed on a catch weight.
But that's the Ontario Commission again, right? Like
That's
they're
so
like,
unfair.
we can't sanction it if you're going to miss weight by 10 pounds. But if you just agree to fight a weight class above, there's no repercussions, which is absolute bullshit.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know, something's got to change for that because that's completely unfair.
yeah.
That's-
It is,
Jazz
it's
is a
insane.
G though. That was
She's
crazy.
a gangster, man.
And she was like,
Dropped her with a cross. Dude.
she was like pissed off about it. This girl missed weight. You ain't a professional. Like, dude, she was going off, bro. She was so heated in the back. Like, I was like, oh my God, she's ready to kill someone. And then she
She was
walked
in
out.
your-
She was in her. Yeah, she was in her
yeah.
change room, bro. So she was right. Like when I got there, she was warming up.
Was Mikey in hers?
So yeah, right before I was leaving, Mikey was just got there. You know what's crazy, bro? When I was warming up, Coach Conor McGregor's coach
Kavanagh?
yeah, was sitting with.
Johnny Walker.
No, yeah, but you know,
Or was he? He didn't fight that night.
no, it was the 35 or who fought two fights.
Katona, Brad.
Yeah,
Katona.
Katona.
So it was Coach Kavanaugh, yeah, that's his name, and then Faraz Zahabi watching me warm up,
No
like
way.
sitting next to each other, bro. And I was like, no way. And then what's his face, Strickland's coach.
Yeah, Eric Nixick.
They were all in that room watching me warm up, dude. I was like, this is like the highest level guys right here, bro. And I'm just like,
It's so interesting because even like we're in the hotel after, and it's like you just see everybody, and like I think for so long, I mean, you're in this industry and like you have an idea of where he wants to be or whatever, but then actually seeing the people around is like, I don't know, it's bizarre.
It's surreal,
sometimes.
man.
It's surreal sometimes.
I'm like, I've seen Frank Giger how many times on TV? Like probably close to 500 times.
Yeah.
And then you find like I'm sitting there in an elevator with him. I'm like,
I know, dude.
I'm
That's
just
how I felt
starstruck.
with Pereira, man.
I know.
You saw Pereira?
Yeah,
that one,
elevator.
that's
Yeah.
that would get me starstruck.
Bro, but even when I did the fighter, you mean with the broadcast team?
Yeah.
And I walked in, it's like Dominic Cruz, Daniel Cormier,
Yeah.
John Anik, right, Megan Levy, and then I sit down, dude, and like I start talking about float tanks at one point. And Cruz, bro, is just eyeing me down, bro. He's like, so what do those float tanks do for you? And he starts asking me questions, and then I would like start talking to other people, but then every time I kind of looked in the corner of my eye, Cruz is staring through my soul,
No
like
way.
just staring at me, and I'm like, this guy's trying to read me right now.
he's just analyzing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like because you're the same weight class, or do you think that's like he's
I
just
just think he
trying
was
to get
interested about the mental stuff. Because the questions he was asking me was just very like, like, oh, like I want to know more about flow tanks and stuff too.
Yeah.
So he was asking me about it, and then I think he was just trying to get a read on me, bro. But I remember actually, it's crazy what you remember in a fight, bro. But I remember right when I got in the cage and I was like just doing my like circling around the cage. Me and him like looked at each other in the eyes, bro, and I kind of like just like stared at him and he stared at me, and it was one of those moments where like I just remember it, you know? What I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
But he's just like, I think that was the moment where he's like, oh, we're just gonna find out if this kid's real or not, right? And I remember in my head being like, oh, I'm about to prove that I'm say the shit that I do.
Well, imagine how many guys like they do that every weekend. How many guys walk in that room, they say something to them, and then it's like you probably get a read on like this guy believes what he's saying or he's completely bullshitting.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to look through if you really believe it, right?
And then another funny story was we were same day when we were doing like the UFC like I guess like pretty much when they ask you like when like you like the fight's about to start and then you're like on the screen, you're just sitting in a chair and you're kind of talking about how I'm Serhiy Sidey like blah blah blah. So one of the things was
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
one of the things was they're like, okay, we got you gotta ask a funny question or like any serious question to either Chris Weidman, Dominic Cruz, or DC, right? And he's like, they've done a bunch for DC and a bunch for Cruz, but they haven't done any for Weidman. And I was like, oh, I have a great question. So I was like, yo, I trained with you back like a couple years ago at Matt Serra's gym. I let you borrow my soap. Do you remember me? Like as a joke, because like literally this is how this went. We were all like after training, we were all in the locker room, and Chris just literally sticks his hand out of the shower. And he's like, "Yo, does anyone have soap?" And I was like, "Me." And I just tossed him my soap. Like this guy, I don't even think we made eye contact. You know what I mean? But then after on the thing, he starts talking about how he knows me and stuff, and like
He was like, "Oh,
yeah." He's like, "Of course I remember you." And I'm like, "Oh, he's just trying to be nice." You know what I mean? That's what,
And DC
but then
called him out.
calls him out on it, bro. You're full of shit, bro. You're full of shit. And I was like, he is. But like, I appreciate you being nice. But I totally expected when like they said that, he's gonna be like, "Yo, I don't know who this kid is." But, you know what I mean? But I was just like, that. I thought that was so funny how DC's like, "Yo, you're full of shit." I'm like, how does he know he's full of shit? DC just read him, eh?
They probably get like all that when you watch those pre-shows, they're just like joking on each other the whole time.
Yeah. That was a long pre-show, bro. I was trying to find that little clip, and it was hard for me to find it. Yeah, that's funny though. That was a funny moment, bro. Because I'm like, yo, this guy is literally laughing right now on national TV.
Just trying to help you out though.
He's just trying to help me out, bro.
It was probably super funny when they were filming it too, but like when they just put a clip up of it, it doesn't like quite hit the same. Probably,
really? Because the guys, when I said that, the guys were laughing, bro. The guys in the room were laughing.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's perfect. I was like, okay.
He didn't pull the Sean O'Malley. It's like, oh yeah, my boy Sydney.
Yeah, everybody's gonna have to learn how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long process.
I'm impressed he even like was able to remember something, like at least the first letter of my name.
Sydney.
Yeah, he's like, Sydney guy. I was like, close enough. I'll take it.
At the end of the day, if they're talking about you,
Hey man,
yeah, it is what it
champ
is.
of your division, recognize that.
So
That's
trippy,
huge.
bro, I've literally listened to that podcast since like day one,
Yeah.
and there's like that one episode I haven't watched yet. And then like that, like
And they mention you.
They mentioned that clip.
Did somebody tag you in that, or were you
Somebody
watching
sent me
it?
that clip.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
I forget who
That's
sent it
crazy.
to me, but somebody sent me that clip, and they're like, "Yo, they're talking about you." I was like, "No way." Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool.
And you got a new matchup coming up, or what?
For
BTC?
well, we're hoping either BTC or BFL. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What's BFL?
BFL's in April.
Okay.
And BTC would be March 16th. So
Yeah.
in talks right now. Just training. I'm literally just training, trying to skill develop right now, and then
Yeah.
we'll see. Whatever comes up. It's at that point where it's like,
And you're gonna do welterweight?
yeah, we'll do it for now. Yeah, we'll just stay at 170. I'm pretty heavy right now.
Yeah.
When I was off with the knee for like 12 weeks, it's like
Just eating donuts every Sunday.
just eating donuts every Sunday.
Protein.
Lifting.
We were eating dessert a couple times.
We were eating dessert.
Dude.
But you know what's crazy, man? The last week, just like even just being back into training, it's like I feel so fresh. It's crazy what like you take a few weeks off after a fight and you're like, I feel good. But then a couple days later, you're like, all right, I'm kind of getting back to where I was. Versus like, it's only been like a week and a half since I've been back, and I still feel like actually better than even at the start.
Nice.
I think sometimes in this sport, with how hard it is in your body, it's got to be like, if you take an extended period of time, let's say you're healing an injury, it's like it's not all bad, right? It's like, okay, it was hard to not train for that 12 weeks, but like coming back, it's like everything's reignited, everything's
for
feeling
sure.
better, and it's like,
Especially if you take care of yourself too.
especially if you're taking care of it, it's like lifting.
Doing cold cod lift.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
for sure.
Just because you take 12 weeks off of sparring or like hard contact, I'm still lifting. I'm
Dude,
still training twice a day.
100%.
And it's
well,
like,
O'Malley talks about it all the time, where he takes like all that time off sparring.
Yeah.
Comes back, gets sharp. Like, it takes a week or two, and you're back to like sharpness. But how good is that for your brain? Probably so good, right?
especially us with the guys that we spar,
Yeah.
it's like we're not in there sparring, we're not trying to search for sparring partners. We can go into the room and have 5 high level guys at our disposal, and it's like if you're sparring hard all the time, it's like
Yeah.
the longevity's got to be questioned.
And yeah, dude. Honestly, just taking a week off, bro. Like I was like, I didn't realize how a normal human being. Like you always forget, like oh yeah, like you're not supposed to be this sore all the time. Like you just forget. Like I'm like just moving around. I'm like, oh, nothing hurts. Like I feel so good.
Yeah.
But oh my god, in camp, dude, that was my new normal. But like now I'm like, oh, this is what normal people feel like. Like, god damn, dude, what a difference, man. Like
You forget what it's like to feel loose,
loose, yeah.
because you're just constantly sore.
Yeah.
You're beat up.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think, like you said, those weeks off, like in between here and there. I remember talking to Mike Malott about the protocol the UFC PI uses for their athletes, and it's like, it's every third week they take a deload week.
Yeah.
Versus like, you don't see that. You never saw that years ago. People are like, yeah, I do a 12-week camp. I fucking spar 5 times a week. And it's like now, it's like, it's crazy to see the science grow and like, and it's going to get even further in the coming
For
years.
sure.
You want to peak at the right time. If you're sparring like more than 3 times a week, I mean, I think 3 is crazy already. I think you should be doing like 1 to 2 maybe.
I like to.
Yeah.
We do too, but then we do a Friday morning where it's like technical
That's
stuff.
different.
But no one's getting rocked.
But no one's getting
different.
rocked. Nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah,
but like you're also getting the same, probably getting just as much from the sparring because you're still doing live goes, but without the damage.
Well, and then it's also situational, right? Like, okay, we're working on something, or like wall boxing, right? Like, we're wall boxing, we're always like focusing on something, right?
Yeah.
How was yesterday for you guys?
That was yesterday for you, buddy. You know?
Oh man,
We'll fill you in because you don't remember a single thing.
Man, I love partying. I cannot do this often.
The time,
Like honestly, dude, it's so fun when you only do it once in a while.
yeah.
It's so fun, and that's why I was all over the place, just bouncing around, man. Like, I just had so much fun, man. But God, I cannot do that all the time. And I love day drinking way more than night drinking. Like, this is
How nice is it to wake up and not be hungover?
I woke up today, I'm like, I feel, and I chugged so much electrolytes last night, dude. Like, I had 2 element teas and 2 coconut waters before I went to bed. So I woke up and I was like, I feel great. Like, I'm ready to go, or
Yeah.
it was awesome. My sleep was good and stuff. But yeah, dude, that was fun, man. That was first of all, a sick like little setup there.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Lavelle for having us. That was so much
sick.
fun.
And yeah, just a lot of people, bro. Got in the DJ booth, did my thing.
The time you took with every single person, I'm like, you're like staying there with like some random fan for like 10 minutes. Like, what are you guys even talking
I
about?
don't even know. I just love like talking to people, I guess, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool, man. It was cool. Like it was cool to see like a lot of people like come up and like again just like all positive messages and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude. Like even like when we were walking in, the security guard was like, "Yo, I thought you won that fight," and I was like, "What?" Like crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I had a lot of fun, man. But cannot like that's a once in a while thing for sure.
Yeah.
Just like maybe like 20 more till my next fight.
What'd you say?
I said 20 more till the next one, and then we'll cut it off.
Damn, 20.
Kidding, bro.
Damn.
It is funny though when you guys fight and like there's like like 3 weeks maybe where we just go absolutely insane.
But dude, we need that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because even in like in the summer right before Contender, like we like I fought for BFL, and then we had 3 weekends or 2 weekends where we just went crazy. And I was like,
was that the pool parties?
Yeah. I'm like, it's out of the system. It's out of the system.
Yeah.
But like,
if you don't do it, there's like,
100%.
yeah,
then you're like 4 weeks into camp. You're like, oh, dude, I wish I did it.
Yeah.
And also, it's hard with like when we're both in camp. It's like it doesn't always line up. Sometimes you're fighting, sometimes I'm fighting,
100%.
and it's like to be able to enjoy time with all of your friends and be able to like
only happens
party
so
together.
many times.
Only
Dude,
might only be like 4 or 5 times a year.
Well, the
Max.
last time it was like literally like.
It had been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Before that summer, and then now there's this weekend. This is like the first time in
exactly.
Yeah.
6 months.
Exactly. So yeah, it's definitely crucial, bro. And,
So don't fight for a bit, and then we'll have a few weekends.
Well, I'm sorry. I think we're gonna have to deal with yesterday because I'm done drinking.
Yeah, that was your last one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
exactly. That's what I
awesome.
mean, though, man.
Yeah, but you know, we had a great fucking day. That was so much fun. That like it's like okay, after a day like that, I'm like, even on the drive home, I'm like, I'm ready to be in camp. It's like. You're like it's like a good feeling to know that's like I want to go into this, not be like fuck like I gotta stop drinking on Monday.
That was a literally like a scent kind of day, bro. Like I don't remember like the last 30 minutes of that.
Yeah.
That's how I know how to.
Well, I had to carry you from the car to your bed, and then you're like, "Give me 30 minutes." We were like, "Yeah," and then we just left you.
Story, bro. Yeah. I heard. Well, no, because you apparently wanted away, and then Sarah. I'm like, dude. Like Sarah's like, "There's no way this guy's gonna take 30
I would have waited for you.
I woke up so confused. Like I woke up, dude, and I was just like, "Where's everyone?" Like,
Just in your own bed by yourself.
And then I checked my phone, and Sarah's like, "Oh, we're beer time." I was like, "Oh, thank God." I thought you guys like left me and went partying, and I was like, "Oh no."
You probably didn't know where you were like when you
didn't know
first
where I
woke
was
up.
when I
Yeah,
first
that's so
woke up.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the nice thing about like I felt fine because I think it's just like all we were drinking was like vodka. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
They let us bring it in.
Yeah,
Which was dope.
Legit. That was cool that we got the City Boys vodka coming out, and we literally were able to bring it into that
was crazy.
spot, man.
They're like, I don't know how much of this we should say, but don't have any while you're in there.
Yeah, no, but we definitely enjoyed some of that. For sure. But yeah, dude, it's crazy that we're about to have like our own vodka come out in stores,
Wild.
which is insane, dude. I've always been a vodka guy, anyways, man, which is perfect.
This guy
It's
loves
like
his vodka
It's the only
sodas.
thing that doesn't get me like hungover.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
It's probably like the Eastern European in my blood, bro. But
True. Yeah.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
Potato farmer coming
my
out.
dad only drinks vodka and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, you mix that stuff up with some like electrolytes. That's how I like to do it. But bro, yesterday my favorite drink was the vodka mixed with the orange juice.
Yeah. That was
What is it,
sick.
screwdriver?
Screwdriver, yeah, a little bit of soda on top. Oh, it was so
God,
good.
I never drank that before. I was like, what is this? This is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think that was my drink of choice for the rest of the night there.
Yeah, and then we were drinking more of our vodka when we got back. And that was like,
Yeah.
we kept going.
100%. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm probably gonna like take the next 2 weeks and just like chill out, bro. Get like dialed in and then go to Mexico, man, and enjoy a little bit more. I have a few more. I need at least like 1 or 2 more weeks of sending it, like on a weekend. Like
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
And then during
I'm always here. All right.
Yeah, I know. That's thank God. Man. I'm glad.
Lars is like, I'm the middleman. If one of us can't do it, the other one will do it with him.
Yeah.
We'll have to like take those bottles and go do some crazy stuff too, bro. Yeah.
I'll just do some mushrooms and come.
That's it.
True,
You
yeah.
gotta get that, bro. Yeah. What was the last thing I did with you guys when I was sober in camp was that Christmas thing. Remember?
That'd be, yeah.
Oh, that was tough, dude.
Yeah. That was
I
tough
was
for
like,
you.
guys, I want to crush all this food
Yeah.
and drink so bad.
This guy with the coconut shrimp. I've never had this before.
Coconut shrimp is
How have
so-
you never had coconut shrimp
Because
before?
I don't like seafood, so I just.
How many times have we gone to sushi places?
But never tried coconut shrimp.
It's crazy. We used to go to them all the
I
time.
know. Never tried it. I just ate the beef, bro.
But he figured it out.
It's good. It's really good. The shrimp is awesome, man.
Do you not eat like normal sushi?
I eat normal sushi. I just eat like the white girl rolls, bro. Like
California rolls.
Yeah.
Did you say white girl rolls?
Yeah, like the chicken teriyaki roll, bro. Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but or like the shrimp tempura or whatever. Like, it doesn't taste like that fishy. But I don't eat the raw like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like sushi or sashimi much.
No. But like, I keep trying this stuff because like
that stuff's unreal, bro.
You just got to get good stuff. Like when we were in BC fighting for BFL, we went to
it's a different meal. Like
Miku is so good. The best sushi I've ever had, especially on the West Coast, right? Because it's fresh.
Yeah,
so good. That was the best post weigh-in meal I've ever had in my life. Went to Miku.
You had sushi after weigh-ins?
Yeah, well, like the evening of. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the evening of, it's the best.
Didn't upset your stomach?
No, as long as I don't eat, like I have my protocol where I don't eat for my 8 to 10 hours after. I'm just like snacking, drinking, high sugar. Yeah. And I don't have a solid meal till usually like, let's say we weigh in at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I won't eat a solid meal until probably 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Just, whatever works, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, you figure that out, right?
It took me a while, man. I used to get so sick after weigh-ins.
Well, I remember when we were in BC, dude, and your stomach was messed up after eating at that...
It was Cactus Club.
Cactus Club, yeah.
I can't do that, man. I just can't eat. I can't eat unless I'm...
The instinct is like to stuff your face.
Yeah, but now I know how shitty it makes me feel that I'm like, I don't really care. You know how it is. Like after weigh-ins, you are so focused on like getting rehydrated. You just want to feel good. Yeah. You don't. Personally, I don't want to like indulge anymore. I can do that after the fight. You understand that. You can do it after the fight. It's like
you just want to feel like a normal person.
Yeah, you just want to feel normal. You're like, I just want to feel as best as I can for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah. I got way better at that too. Like to the point where like even the first few times like making it to 35, like I would be snacking, bro, till the second I closed my eyes and went to bed. And then I'd wake up and like not fully digested, Where this time I was like, okay, like I snacked, but like an hour and a half before bed, like stop and digest, and I stretched out before bed and stuff. And I woke up and I was like, oh, actually, like my body processed the food instead of like crushing Cliff Bars till literally the second your eyes close. Like, you gotta learn that stuff, man. It's so important. But that's why it's so cool with the UFC, bro. Like, okay, drink this one in the first 15 minutes. Drink this one in the next 15 minutes. Then drink this. Once you start drinking this third drink, take 30 minutes for this one, but then have this snack with it. Like, it was like laid down on paper, which was sweet, dude.
That's amazing because like then it's hard.
That was the heaviest I got, bro. That was the heaviest I got.
What do you think you walked into the cage at?
Well, at least 153.
That's
like I woke up that morning, no food, no water, stepped on the scale. I get my underwear, 153. That's what I woke up at. And then I started eating like meals. Which is crazy.
20 pounds is crazy.
Which is crazy because I think the one before I was probably like 149, 148. Yeah. Creatine though, that probably did it. They told me to take 20 grams of creatine.
Yeah, that's a typical loading phase.
Wow, yeah. So I took 20 grams of that day and then 20 grams the next day.
Supposedly creatine, the best way it's supposed to be taken, if you do it all at once, it's actually supposed to be every 30 minutes. I was reading a study out the other day and it was like, the best way to absorb it is to take a small amount, like every 30 minutes, because it has to load into your body. Versus if you take it all at once, a lot of times, a lot of it gets.
Well, I was doing 5 grams into every rehydration drink.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense.
It took a few hours to finish it, but that's how I had it.
That's awesome. And do you normally take creatine on fight week, or do you must stop when you're water loading?
Yes, I stopped when I started water loading, but I took it all camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first time I ever took creatine, and it was awesome, dude. That was the easiest, the easiest weight cut ever.
Do you use creatine monohydrate?
Yeah. Like, I'm like, should I go to 20? Okay.
Oh, God.
But, like, it was so easy.
You at 25?
This guy's like Sean Woodson at 145.
Yeah, you would disappear if you turn sideways.
100%, dude.
Starts his career at 55, makes his way down to 25.
Can't believe I fought at 55.
I remember there was one day where
amateur.
He was heavier than I was when I was fighting at 55.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And I was like, this is wild.
But I was like,
that never happened.
Bro, I was the exact same build with just a belly. Legit, dude. Like just didn't diet, bro. I just like. I remember those like Terra sweet potato chips.
Oh yeah.
I would just crush a bag a day, bro. Like a week after the fight, like it's like 800 calories.
He's like trying to stay heavy.
I'm just trying to keep that weight on, bro. But
I guess at amateur, it's like. It is what it is, but
yeah, we just didn't know, man.
Well, I remember there's one fight where you had down in Rochester. You were fighting this big Jack Black dude, misses 55. This guy barely made he's like eating chips with a fucking weight. This dude misses 55 by like 8 pounds.
Still fight him?
Oh yeah, dude.
Still knocked him out in the first round.
Landon was literally like, we can leave. Like we're gonna have to take this fight. I was like, bro, I drove all the way to Rochester.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna fight this guy. but he looked like a welterweight, bro.
That's crazy.
I think he had fought at welterweight previously.
He looked like a welterweight dude. He fought Matty Spesh before that. And Matty's a welterweight, bro. And I'm like, well, but I remember like I tried to take him down and he just picked me up. And I was like, well, this is not gonna work.
What'd you knock him out?
Head kick.
Oh, yeah.
I did a head kick and I fell back as I knocked him out, and he fell like on top of me, knocked out. I pushed him off and like hammer fisted him one time, and then the fight was over.
I got to see that video.
Yeah,
He just fell straight into your lap. What was wild?
He fell on me though, dude. Yeah, I was like, what happened? And
That's like a movie.
Out. Yeah, it's out.
Yeah. That's like a movie. That's so funny.
Crazy, man. But that guy, honestly, dude, not a great fighter, but how awkward his striking was. So awkward, bro. He threw like 6 hooks in a row to the head and the body, and you're just like, I don't understand this timing at all. Like, you know, just swinging random
Sometimes
shots.
those guys
are
are
the worst low kicks I've ever felt though, bro, because he didn't turn his shin over and he hurt his own foot on my shin. I was like, perfect. Yeah.
Those guys are the toughest guys to fight sometimes because they have no like normal timing.
Oh, and he's so explosive, dude. He's so explosive, and just threw like I'm telling you, man, like 3 body hooks and like 2 head hooks in a row. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you read somebody that doesn't even know what they're going to do?
Yeah, they don't know what they're going to do.
He's street fighting.
There's no pattern.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just spam.
It's a shitty John Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, that guy showed up like 2 hours late to the weigh-ins, 8 pounds overweight.
That's always scary in amateur too, because like when they're late to weigh-ins, you're like, this guy might not show up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm just standing there. I was like, come on, yeah.
We've all had that where guys just don't show up to weigh-ins.
I haven't had that. I had a guy come in 8 pounds over, and then the promoter didn't even tell me.
Oh wow, yeah. That's
Good old amateur days.
Dude, whatever.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I had one guy come in when we were fighting for rec. You were supposed to be on that card.
Oshawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there and this dude comes in 14 pounds overweight.
Holy shit.
And the guy's like, my scale said I was 170. I'm like, what kind of scale are you using, man?
Bro, dude, remember that? Dude, that fight day was crazy, dude. Because I drove his car. I drove this dude's car. We're driving to the venue, dude, and we like this this GPS takes us this random way through this road that is closed off, and I drove through it, and his car got stuck.
You got his car stuck in the mud.
It was partially my fault.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me.
Because he's like, the GPS says to go straight. He's like, can't, like, it's not a road. And we're like, fuck it, just go. Just go.
And his car gets
It's fighter
stuck in
logic.
the mud,
That's fighter logic.
And we're like an hour or 2 from the fight, and his car's just stuck. We're trying to push it. It's not working. Some promoter picked us up. That
we had like 15 dudes trying to get this car out, and we couldn't move it.
Did you get it out?
No, we couldn't. I had to call CA the next day and go back. I was like, I won my fight, and I was like, well, my car's
So
still
you beat
stuck
this
here.
guy that came in 14 pounds over?
Yeah, we made him cut, and we agreed to do it at like 177. He
Okay.
cut like 7 pounds, and like it was 5 hours later, and then we took it. And
So
then
he didn't even try before.
No, bro.
If he can still cut 7 pounds, he didn't even try.
no, he did
Before, yeah.
I just remember like calling your parents and they were like, your car's stuck.
I'm like, I can't get home. I'm gonna need you to drive me.
On top of the anxiety that you're about to fight someone.
That's
also,
why
you
I
screwed
felt
your car
bad.
up.
I'm like, dude, I got this dude's car stuck. He's got to fight like 2 hours.
And I'm like wearing my fight shorts, my fight shoes.
We're in the mud, bro.
Yeah,
We're
we're in the mud. I show up. I'm like, I have mud all over my body. They're like, what the fuck happened?
You start warming up outside the car.
And then I ended up fighting like 3 a.m. I sat there. I was so tired.
Yeah, that was such a long card. He had so many fights.
I had like 45 fights.
It's amateur. Or it was in the States.
No, it was in Oshawa. It was for Rec MMA. And yeah.
God, that was
Thank God that fight got ended quick.
Yeah.
God damn, I did not want to be there any longer.
Oh, that was a wild story, dude.
That was a wild time.
Amateur days, bro.
We did some dumb shit.
That's some dumb shit, bro.
That's joke. You guys have been together for that long. That's fucking sick,
dude.
honestly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's got to be cool, man.
Do a lot of dumb shit together, learn from it though. Yeah.
It's like we learn every third mistake. We'll make like 3 and then we'll make an adjustment to 1. By the numbers game, we'll be good eventually.
Yeah. Goddamn, man. Yeah.
All right, should we cut it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Good
do it.
episode. What, episode 7?
Yeah.
Episode 7.
City
Hope you-
Boys
yeah.
Vodka coming out soon.
Yeah, yo. All the homies, all the supporters here. Like these are gonna come out, guys, and like if you drink this, like, and you go out to a bar and stuff, like you'll be like 25% better at fighting. Like I promise.
And picking up chicks.
Yeah, and picking up chicks. So like just buy it. Promise.